Enjoy everything. Enjoy everything. A motto that is said again and again with this series. And join me as I explain why Yotsuba is one of the most essential manga you need to read. Hello and welcome to That Man. That is me merchandise, and if you've came here, thank you very much for coming. If you do like manga, if you do like light novels or anime figures, please consider subscribing. There's plenty more here that you will enjoy. This is Yotsuba. Yotsuba Kawaii. Yotsuba has moved with her daddy to a new house from an old house way over there. And moving's fun because people wave. They wave at you in the car. And Yotsuba met these nice people next door and made friends to play with. I hope we get to play a lot and eat ice cream and oh yeah, you should come play with Yotsuba too. Have you ever heard of anything so innocent? And that sums up Yotsuba in a nutshell. Yotsuba is a bright-eyed, smiling young girl who enjoys everything. And this series, in my opinion, is one of the most essential manga you should be reading. This is a series I picked up. I've heard a lot of things over the years. I read Azumanga Daioh not long ago and I was just like, oh, I want more, and then people were like, just read Yotsuba. And I have a Comixology account and I was like, yeah, I'll buy volume 1, I'll check it out. I getting just past the chapter 1 and I think I ordered 3 more volumes. Comixology is a digital manga. This is a physical one. I finished reading Yotsuba volume 14, which I purchased the whole thing on Comixology about a month ago. And I was looking at manga and I was like, what do I fancy reading? And I was like, I fancy reading Yotsuba again. And yeah, I'm collecting the physical ones now. Now, this is a slice of life about a young girl. She's innocent, she doesn't understand everything, she's led a little bit of a sheltered life so far, and this is her coming to grips with the big city, the outside world, and this is just the purest thing you will ever read. Yotsuba is very energetic, she always has a smile on her face because, like I said, she enjoys everything. So I work long shifts and I come in on a night and sometimes I'm exhausted. I work till late and sometimes I just don't have the mental capacity to kind of just read anything. Like if I wanted to came in and I was like exhausted, I don't have the energy to read something like Berserk or Vinland Saga. Both great series, but they do require a bit of mental strain. They do require something where it's like, oh, I need to get through this. But this is heavy stuff. I know for a fact I can come in, pick up Yotsuba and read a chapter and just smile. I can adore this series. It's just, I've said it before, it's just enjoying everything. You see the world through Yotsuba's eyes, kind of, as she discovers everything. And yeah, she's full of energy. She's like that perfect child that you kind of wish you had if you have kids. She's like, if you've got kids, you might see a bit of Yotsuba in them. And she's very quizzical. She'll question everything. The artwork is absolutely beautiful, and you kind of feel like you are just smiling the whole way through. This has about 6 or 7 chapters in, and all of them are kind of new. The first one is Yotsuba moving all the way from left. She came from left, not just from the left, because it's quite a distance away, to the big city, and she meets her new neighbours, and it's very kind of like, she's like very much, Daddy, you said not to talk to strangers, and it's just got this wild chase through the city where she's just running away because it's like, yeah, Daddy said not to speak to strangers. This neighbour of mine who's came to look for me, he's just like trying to take us somewhere, and it's very innocent. There's like stuff like golden global warming, where she discovers about it and just like, all the AC's on, and she's just like, but you don't want the AC on all the time because it could go to global warming, and she thinks that having an AC in the house makes you pure evil. And yeah, it's just stupid like that. It's so innocent, but it's so well done, and just read it. Just take the plunge and read this one. I would say this one needs to be read by everybody who loves anime and manga. And yeah, I mean, if you just like the bloody stuff, then you're probably not going to enjoy it. But if you like manga on a whole, Yotsuba is, in my opinion, one of the more essential series you need to be picking up. Not a lot of people. It's weird. It's one of those ones where in manga circles everyone seems to have heard of it, like proper into manga. But when like otherwise, like no one's heard of it, and it's weird. I was talking about like, because in my local anime store there was like, oh look, they've got Dambo, who appears later on. And I was like, oh brilliant. I was like, I kind of wanted. And it was like, they were like, you're like one of the first people who's even picked that up and looked at it, and like no one seems to know what it is, and I'm like, oh. It hasn't got an anime. It's one of those ones that's like, I believe when people ask what series deserves an anime, Yotsuba is one of those ones there. It's kind of like, yeah, top on the list. And I can see why. But I can also see why it'd be very difficult, because there is a lot of stuff where it needs to be done perfect, and it would be a difficult one. You would have to have the right voice actors, you would have to have the right amount of art style. Everything would have to be perfect. It would be very difficult to pull off this series, because it's just one of those ones where you've got to have the pure and naivety of Yotsuba as the central focus. Kind of like Barakamon. Barakamon kind of nailed it. Naru is very much in the same vein, but that fell back on the other characters. Naru ended up becoming less and less of a focus. She'd be kind of like, yeah, she was like one of the main characters. Yotsuba is the main focus, and yeah, you're gonna have to know what you. No, I don't think you even need to know what you're getting into. It's an adorable child getting into childlike wonder. There's some absolute emotional and beautiful scenes. In fact, in the end, where is it? There's a bit in towards the end of volume 1 where Yotsuba just goes out to play in the rain, and the other girl's just like, Yotsuba-chan, you're soaked. I'm fine. Come on, Fuka, it's fun. No way. Yeah. She's waving her arms around, just like enjoying the rain. This is her dad. It's okay. Because that kid always finds enjoyment in everything. Nothing can ever get Yotsuba down. And then the rain stops, and Yotsuba just smiles. The end. That was fun. Squish, squish from our wellies. Daddy and Fuka should come out too. Daddy couldn't come because he didn't have any galoshes on. Wellies. Okay. And Yotsuba pours out her wellies soaking wet. Shakes herself off, just looks at the sky and just goes, it got sunny. And then we get a beautiful thing. And that's what this series is about. Enjoying everything. Now, I've gushed on about this series, and I really would recommend this to anybody. If you're collecting manga, make sure it's in your collection. If you want a new series, definitely check it out. For me, it's a must read, and I know for a fact I can get rid of a lot of other series if I had to, but Yotsuba is going to be one of those ones that I'm just going to buy week on week or whenever and collect it because it's worth collecting. It really is. I've gushed on about this enough. If you enjoy Yotsuba, please let me know in the comments and let me know what you think. Have you got a favourite chapter, or how would you explain Yotsuba to somebody who doesn't know what Yotsuba is? It's a very difficult one because it's, yeah. And if you did enjoy this, please leave a like, please consider subscribing, and no matter what, whatever you do, remember, enjoy everything. Thank you for coming. Thanks again for staying. Goodbye.